Welcome back to my YouTube channel. You might look at a 1-cent coin or penny and think it's worth nothing more than a mere penny. But what if I told you there's one penny out there that could be worth a whopping $140 million? Yes, you heard that right, $140 million. Stick around as we dive into the fascinating story of the 2009 Lincoln penny that has caught the attention of collectors and investors alike. The background of the Lincoln cent. The story of the Lincoln cent dates back to 1909, when it was first introduced to the public in honor of President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Since then, this small coin has become a staple in American currency. Over the years, the design has evolved, but the image of Lincoln has remained at the heart of the penny. But what makes the 2009 penny so special? The 2009 Centennial Celebration. In 2009, the U.S. Mint celebrated the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent. To mark this special occasion, they decided to release a series of new designs that would highlight different stages in President Lincoln's life and legacy. There were 4 distinct designs, each representing a different period of Lincoln's history. While all the 2009 Lincoln pennies had unique features, one design, in particular, stood out: the 2009 Lincoln penny. The D stands for the Denver Mint, where these coins were struck. But what really set it apart was a significant error in the minting process. The minting error and its impact in the world of coin collecting. It's not uncommon for certain coins to be worth far more than their face value, but it's usually because of rare errors or mistakes made during the minting process. And in the case of the 2009 Lincoln penny, that's exactly what happened. Some of these pennies were struck with a significant minting error, a double die. A double die error occurs when a coin is struck multiple times, causing the design to be imprinted twice on the coin. This results in a noticeable duplication of the lettering and design elements, making the coin stand out and become highly sought after by collectors. The rarity and value of the 2009 double die Lincoln penny. So, what makes this coin worth an eye-popping $140 million? First of all, the 2009 double die penny is incredibly rare. In fact, only a handful of these coins have ever been discovered. These rare errors are highly prized in the world of numismatics, that's the study of coins and currency, and the 2009 penny has become one of the most coveted coins in modern U.S. history. But rarity isn't the only reason the 2009 Lincoln penny can command such an extraordinary price. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins with historical significance, and this penny represents more than just a simple mistake. It's part of the 2009 Lincoln cent series, which marks the centennial celebration of one of America's most iconic presidents. How to spot a 2009 double die penny. If you happen to come across a 2009 penny, you might be wondering how to identify if it's one of these valuable double die coins. First, look closely at the date and the word Liberty on the obverse side of the coin, the front, where Lincoln's image is. If the letters appear to be slightly doubled, that's a sign you might be holding a gem. The doubling is subtle, but it's definitely there if you know what to look for. It's important to note that the double die error on the 2009 penny is not as easy to spot as some other famous coin errors. But for those in the know, it's the difference between a regular penny and one worth millions. The value and market for the 2009 Lincoln penny. So, how much can you actually get for a 2009 double die penny? Well, the market value of these coins can fluctuate based on the demand from collectors and the condition of the coin. But some of these pennies have sold for astronomical prices, with estimates going as high as $140 million for a perfectly preserved specimen. In fact, one rare 2009 Lincoln penny was auctioned for over $3 million just a few years ago. While the $140 million estimate might sound extreme, it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility for an extremely rare and well-preserved example to fetch that kind of value, especially if it comes from a prestigious auction. Why collectors are obsessed with rare coins? Why do collectors go to such great lengths to find these rare coins? For many, collecting coins is more than just a hobby, it's a passion. Coins, especially rare and historic ones, carry with them a piece of history. They tell a story of the past, of moments in time that have shaped the world we live in today. For others, it's about the thrill of the hunt, the excitement of discovering something valuable that most people would overlook. And in the case of the 2009 double die penny, that hunt could lead to finding a coin worth millions. A small coin with a big legacy, so next time you find a penny lying on the ground or in your pocket, remember that sometimes a seemingly small and insignificant object can carry immense value. The 2009 Lincoln penny with its rare double die error has the potential to make history and maybe even make you a fortune. If you enjoyed learning about this rare and valuable coin, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating stories from the world of numismatics. Who knows? Your next coin might just be worth a small fortune. Next, 1976 1-cent USA coin might seem like just another ordinary penny from the past. But what if I told you that one particular 1976 penny could be worth a mind-blowing $79 million? It might sound unbelievable, but it's true. Stick with us as we dive into the fascinating history and mystery of the 1976 1-cent coin and why it's worth far more than its face value. A brief history of the U.S. 1-cent coin. The story of the U.S. penny stretches back to the very beginning of the nation's coinage. The first 1-cent coin, known as the large cent, was minted in 1793. Over time, the design and materials of the coin evolved, but one thing remained constant: the penny has always been a key piece of America's currency system. In 1976, the U.S. Mint released a special edition of the 1-cent coin to commemorate America's bicentennial. The coin's design included the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the front, but what made it different from other years was the unique marking to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. The bicentennial penny and its significance. The year 1976 was a special one for the United States. The nation was celebrating its 200th birthday, and the bicentennial celebrations were in full swing. To mark this momentous occasion, the U.S. Mint introduced several special edition coins. Among them was the 1976 bicentennial quarter, half-dollar, and dollar coins. While the 1976 bicentennial coins are well known for their distinctive designs, the 1-cent coin released that year didn't carry any special design changes. In fact, it was a regular penny featuring the same image of Lincoln that had been used for decades. But there was something different about it, something that would make it stand out in the world of coin collectors. The rare 1976 copper penny. Why it's worth millions now. Here's where the story gets interesting. While the 1976 penny was made using the typical copper material that had been used for many years, the U.S. Mint began a gradual shift in the production of coins during the mid-1970s. In 1976, the Mint began to use a different composition for its pennies. Most pennies produced in 1976 were made with a copper-coated zinc composition. However, a small number of pennies were accidentally struck with the old copper alloy, the one that had been used for pennies before 1962. These rare copper pennies, struck accidentally during the 1976 minting process, are worth far more than their face value. Why? Because copper is much rarer and more valuable than the zinc material used in modern pennies. Collectors and numismatists quickly realized that these rare copper 1976 pennies could fetch a fortune, especially as they are a link to the old pre-1962 copper pennies. The rarity of the 1976 copper penny. How rare are these copper pennies? Well, out of the billions of pennies struck in 1976, only a small handful were actually made from the original copper alloy. The exact number of these coins is uncertain, but it's estimated that only a few dozen exist today. The rarity of these coins is what makes them so valuable to collectors. To give you an idea of just how valuable these coins can be, one 1976 copper penny recently sold for over $1 million at an auction. However, it's important to note that the highest estimates for the value of a perfect, well-preserved 1976 copper penny could reach up to $79 million, depending on its condition and historical significance. The condition of the coin and its value. Just like any rare coin, the condition of the 1976 copper penny plays a huge role in determining its value. A penny in pristine, uncirculated condition can fetch much higher prices than one that is worn or tarnished. Coins that are graded MS-67 or higher, meaning they show minimal wear and are in near-perfect condition, can sell for millions. Coins are graded on a scale that ranges from good to mint state. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Coins with errors, like the 1976 copper penny, are even more valuable if they are in perfect condition, as their rarity is amplified by their excellent preservation. How to identify a 1976 copper penny. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare copper pennies in your collection? First, examine the composition of the penny. If the penny is copper-colored and feels heavier than a typical modern penny, it could be a sign that it's made of the older copper alloy. If you're unsure, you can always test the coin by using a magnet or performing a weight check. The The copper pennies are usually slightly heavier than their zinc counterparts. You can also take the coin to a professional coin dealer or numismatist for a more precise evaluation. These experts have the tools and knowledge to accurately identify whether your penny is a rare 1976 copper penny. The coin market and auction values. Now, you might be wondering, where can you sell these rare pennies? The market for rare coins, especially those with historical significance, is huge. Many 1976 copper pennies have been sold at major auction houses such as Heritage Auctions and Stacksbowers, where collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar for a chance to own a piece of history. The most famous 1976 copper penny, for example, was sold for nearly $1 million. If the right penny were to come to market today, it could easily fetch up to $79 million, depending on its condition and the level of interest from serious collectors. Why collectors are obsessed with rare coins? So why are collectors so passionate about rare pennies like the 1976 copper penny? For many, it's not just about the money. Coins are an investment in history, a tangible connection to the past. And for others, it's the thrill of the hunt, discovering something valuable that most people wouldn't even notice. Coins, especially those with errors or historical significance, tell a story. And when it comes to rare coins like the 1976 copper penny, that story could be worth millions. So, next time you reach into your pocket or check your spare change jar, remember, one of those pennies might not just be worth a cent, it could be worth a fortune. The 1976 copper penny is an extraordinary example of how a small mistake in the minting process can turn an ordinary object into something extraordinarily valuable. If you enjoyed learning about this rare and valuable coin, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating stories from the world of numismatics. Who knows? Your next penny could make you a millionaire. Next, 1988 1-cent USA coin. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, something that most people would overlook as just another ordinary penny. But what if the penny was worth far more than its face value? How about $89 million? Sounds impossible, right? Well, stick around as we uncover the fascinating story behind the 1988 1-cent coin that could be worth millions. This is the hidden treasure that could be sitting in your pocket right now. The US 1-cent coin has a long and storied history. First minted in 1793, the penny has been a part of American currency for over 2 centuries. Since then, it's seen a variety of designs and material changes, but one thing has always remained the same: the penny has been a symbol of the everyday American experience. Fast forward to 1988, and the penny looked almost exactly like it had for decades. Abraham Lincoln's profile still adorned the front of the coin, and the reverse side showed the familiar United States of America inscription with a simple design. Yet, despite its unassuming appearance, the 1988 penny became a significant part of American numismatic history, especially for collectors. Why the 1988 penny is so special? So, what makes the 1988 penny so special, and why is it worth so much more than its face value? The answer lies in a rare error that occurred during the minting process that year. Most pennies from 1988 were made using the typical copper-plated zinc composition, which was standard at the time. But during the minting process, a very small number of pennies were struck with a significant error that made them stand out: a double-struck error. Double-struck coins occur when a coin is struck twice, causing the design to be imprinted on the coin more than once, often in slightly misaligned positions. This can create interesting and highly valuable visual effects on the coin. In the case of the 1988 1-cent coin, a few rare pennies were struck twice, and the results were breathtaking. These double-struck pennies often have overlapping images, such as the Liberty inscription or Abraham Lincoln's profile, which is visible more than once. The misalignment creates a truly unique appearance, and collectors can't get enough of these rare errors. These double-struck pennies are incredibly rare, so rare, in fact, that only a handful are known to exist today. Their scarcity and unique appearance make them highly sought after by collectors, numismatists, and investors alike. How rare are these double-struck 1988 pennies? You might be wondering, how rare are these double-struck 1988 pennies? The answer is simple: they are extremely rare. Out of the billions of pennies that were minted in 1988, only a very small number were affected by the double-struck error. Estimates suggest that fewer than 50 such pennies exist today. While there's no exact figure for how many double-struck 1988 pennies have survived the years, the scarcity of these coins has made them a valuable commodity in the world of numismatics. The rarity and visual appeal of the double-struck pennies have pushed their value into the millions. The $89 million penny. So, how much can a double-struck 1988 penny be worth? The market for rare coins can fluctuate, but some of these double-struck pennies have been sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. One of the most coveted examples of this rare error has even been valued at a staggering $89 million. This price tag might seem extreme, but for a coin with such a unique error and a history that stretches back over 3 decades, it's not entirely out of the question. The most valuable 1988 double-struck penny in perfect condition could be worth up to $89 million to the right collector or investor. The coin grading process. The value of a rare coin like the 1988 double-struck penny largely depends on its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. A coin in mint condition with no wear, scratches, or discoloration will always fetch a higher price than a coin that shows signs of heavy wear. When determining the value of a 1988 double-struck penny, collectors and investors look for coins that have been graded at least MS65 or higher, meaning they have very few imperfections and are nearly perfect. Coins that are graded in the upper MS67 or MS68 range are even more valuable and can fetch millions at auctions. How to identify a double-struck 1988 penny. So, how can you tell if you have a valuable double-struck 1988 penny? First, take a close look at the coin. The double-strike error typically creates a blurry or misaligned image, especially in areas like the Liberty inscription or Lincoln's profile. You may notice that the design appears doubled or offset with 2 overlapping impressions. The most noticeable feature of these double-struck pennies is the presence of 2 slightly different impressions of the same design. To confirm whether you have a true double-struck 1988 penny, you can use a magnifying glass or take the coin to a professional numismatist or dealer who can properly examine it for errors. The coin market and auctions. The market for rare coins like the 1988 double-struck penny is vibrant and constantly changing. Major auction houses such as Heritage Auctions, Stacksbowers, and other numismatic dealers are known for auctioning off high-value coins to the highest bidder. For collectors, owning a coin like the 1988 double-struck penny is not only about the investment, it's about owning a piece of history. These auctions are the perfect place for a rare and valuable coin to find its next owner. The prices at these events can soar into the millions, especially when you have a coin as rare as the 1988 double-struck penny. So, the next time you look at a penny, remember, sometimes the most ordinary-looking coins can turn out to be extraordinary treasures. The 1988 double-struck penny is just one example of how a small error can lead to a big payoff. If you ever come across one, you could be holding a piece of numismatic history worth millions. If you found this video fascinating, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories about rare coins and hidden treasures. Who knows? You might just have a small fortune sitting in your pocket right now. The 1-cent USA coin. It may look like just another ordinary penny, but what if I told you that this 2013 1-cent coin could be worth a mind-blowing $16 million? Sounds impossible, right? Well, believe it or not, some of these coins have caught the eye of collectors and they could turn out to be much more valuable than you ever imagined. In this video, we'll explore the incredible value of the 2013 penny, the story behind its worth, and how you could be sitting on a gold mine without even knowing it. Stay tuned. The 1-cent coin, better known as the penny, has been an integral part of the United States currency since it was first minted in 1793. Throughout the years, the penny has undergone many design changes, but one thing has remained constant: it's an essential piece of the nation's coinage system. The 2013 penny may seem like just another modern coin, with Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the shield design on the reverse. But behind its simple design is a fascinating story. In fact, some 2013 pennies are far more valuable than anyone could have imagined. The U.S. Mint and the 2013 coinage. In 2013, the U.S. Mint continued to produce pennies in the usual manner with a zinc core and a copper-plated surface. At that time, most coins produced were regular pennies and the minting process appeared to be business as usual. However, there was an error in the production of certain 2013 pennies that would change everything for collectors. The 2013 penny and its unexpected value. While the 2013 penny wasn't necessarily designed to stand out, a small group of these coins would go on to attract a lot of attention due to a rare error that made them extremely valuable. At first glance, it might look like any other penny from that year. But some of these coins were struck with a unique error that would make them worth a fortune. The mint error that made these pennies so valuable. So, what's the big deal with these particular 2013 D pennies? Well, during the minting process, a very rare error occurred, an error known as a double die. This occurs when a coin is struck twice, but the second strike is slightly misaligned. As a result, the design on the coin ends up looking doubled or blurred in certain areas. This misalignment can make the coin appear much more unique, and that's exactly what happened with some of the 2013 D pennies. For the 2013 D penny, the double die error often results in noticeable overlaps in the design elements, especially on the date and lettering. You can clearly see the effects on the Liberty inscription and the date 2013 itself, where the numbers appear doubled or blurred. These unique coins quickly became highly sought after by collectors. How rare are these double die 2013 D pennies? Now, you might be wondering, just how rare are these double die 2013 D pennies? The answer is that they are extremely rare. Only a small number of these coins were affected by the error, making them a true treasure for collectors. It's estimated that only a few dozen of these double die pennies are still in circulation today, making them one of the most sought-after modern coins. The rarity of these coins, combined with their unique and eye-catching appearance, has driven their value through the roof. The best-preserved examples of these double die pennies have been known to sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars at auctions. But for the truly rare ones, such as those in mint condition, the price can reach staggering amounts. The $16 million 2013 D penny. You're probably wondering how much a 2013 D double die penny can be worth. Well, the most coveted examples have sold for incredible amounts at auction. Some rare 2013 D double die pennies have been valued at up to $16 million. That's right, $16 million for a penny. This is one of the most expensive modern coins ever sold. When you consider that a regular 2013 D penny has a face value of just 1 cent, this is nothing short of extraordinary. The value of these coins comes from their extreme rarity, the error they carry, and their desirability among collectors. How to identify a double die 2013 D penny? So, how can you tell if you've found one of these valuable 2013 D pennies? It's all about the double die error. When examining your coin, look closely at the inscriptions, especially the date and the word Liberty. If the letters or numbers appear blurry, overlapping, or doubled, you could be looking at a penny worth far more than just 1 cent. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to get a closer look. You should see the misaligned design clearly. If you think you've found one, it's important to preserve the coin in good condition and consult with a professional numismatist or coin dealer for an accurate assessment. Once you've identified a potential double die penny, the next step is to have it graded by a professional. Coin grading is the process of determining the quality and condition of a coin, and it plays a crucial role in its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A coin that's been well preserved with minimal wear and no scratches will have a higher grade and thus a higher value. Coins with the double die error that are graded MS67 or higher are the ones that fetch millions at auction. Where to sell your 2013 D double die penny? If you think you have a rare 2013 D double die penny, you might be wondering where to sell it. There are several ways to go about it. Major auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stacksbowers frequently handle high-value coins like these. You can also approach professional coin dealers or even numismatic conventions where collectors gather to buy, sell, and trade rare coins. The hidden treasure in your pocket. Who would have thought that something as ordinary as a penny could be worth millions? The 2013 D double die penny is a perfect example of how a small minting error can turn a simple coin into a priceless treasure. So, next time you're checking your pocket change, keep an eye out. You never know when you might find a coin that could change your life. If you found this story fascinating, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Let us know if you've ever found a rare coin in your collection. Who knows? You might have a $16 million penny in your pocket right now.